This is unbelievable. I'm going to tell you about this luxury villa in Langkawi, Malaysia. I'm going to tell you what I like about it. Now, this is what I call luxury. What I don't like about it, you got some pretty shabby, worn out teak. And I'll tell you whether I would come back here or not. I would not come back here again. The pool is lovely. It's very clean. The host here, Airbnb host, keeps it clean. They come once a week and they clean the entire unit, top to bottom, replace the towels and the sheets, and really do an excellent job. Not so keen on the bean bags, and I'd say you need to keep the teak up to snuff. The kitchen is well appointed, and the reason I say it's well appointed is you are able to dispense your champagne from the champagne dispenser, and it's chilled to the exact correct temperature, and it's Moët and Chandon. So this is not really a champagne dispenser. It's actually a water and ice dispenser. And they did stock some basics in the pantry, which is really nice. They got a few basic items, which is nice. Here's the soft clothes, which is pretty delightful. They do have a dishwasher, which is quite unusual. So clearly this was designed for someone that would live here full time. This is a gas range. How do you know it's a gas range? Well, you can tell from this, and you can tell from the gas canister underneath. So that is quite amusing to me. And then if you want to do your wok cooking, it's got this nice little wok attachment. So very, very convenient. It's also an induction kettle, and you know what that is. So yeah, pretty good. They also provided coffee making machine and the necessary coffee pods, which they replenish on a weekly basis. So very happy about that. As you come into the unit, you do get the impression of a nice high ceiling, which is very nice. Unusually high, I would say, but it does give the impression of luxury. The furniture is so-so. It's basically IKEA type furniture. The bottom floor is exclusively these ceramic tiles. I do prefer a wooden floor. Yeah, so the furniture is only so-so. They have a couch here, which is not usable by me anyway, because it's so rock hard that you would never use it. I think that's intended for a kid to sleep in. And it's a non-smoking room, so why do we have cigarette burned there? I don't know. The TV itself is adequate. It's not the best, but it's good enough for me. Some of the art on the wall it's colorful, it's nice. The dining room is good. Nice microwave and a pretty decent sized oven as well. So it's a 2.5 bath. This is the guest half bath, right? It's okay. I'd say if you're more than 6 feet tall and you want to stand up to pee, you're going to struggle. You're going to have to hunch yourself over or sit down and pee. It's kind of shoved under the stairs there. So does have the extractor, which actually goes outside. Kitchen's pretty well appointed and nice high ceilings and plenty of room to spread out. You know, I came from a big house when I retired and sold that house to fund my early retirement. So it's nice to come back to a place that very much like a home. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to point out a few things as well. So come with me. Stairs are very, very wide in wood. So it feels luxurious. It feels solid, having the hardwood floors. So the second level has a very well set up laundry along with a sink. So a washer and dryer set up. And a little bit of a mess, but this is the master bedroom. Each bedroom has a fan and a very good centralized air con. And here's the rest of the neighborhood. So you feel like you're in a neighborhood, which is good. You got a walk-in closet, basically. It does have a giant tub, which is cool. You do have a rain shower type of setup, which I like. Now, there is a flaw in here. The flaw is this window does not have any ability to shade it. And in the morning, the sun is coming in from this side and it does heat up this bathroom. So I think there needs to be a solution to provide more shade. The curtains are floor to ceiling. They're not blackout curtains. So again, for the same reason, you get the sun in the morning and you're going to wake up in an orange glow. So if you like blackout curtains here, then this place is not for you. So let's go to the second bedroom. Now you say, well, why do you need a second bedroom? Well, I don't need one. But my spec usually is, let's get a second bathroom. Because as I said earlier, you're going from a big house. What are you going to go to? A tiny home? No, I want to spread out. I want to walk around. But it's a similar setup, except very disappointingly, there is no rainbow shower. So I don't know why they cheaped out on that second shower, but they did. So all in all, I would say this unit, which is costing me $160 a night, by the way, is it worth the money? It's certainly worth the money when it comes to the floor space and the specifications and the neighborhood. It has some minor flaws, but not very many. Would I come back here again? I would not come back here again. And the reason I wouldn't come back here again, because Langkawi, I think, is a one and done thing. If you want to check out Langkawi and form your own opinion, then absolutely do it. And stay close to the beach. We're about 300 meters from the beach. I will say that the walk from this place to the beach is not the most beautiful, and it's not shaded. Some of the other places I've seen, they're closer to the beach and they have a dedicated walk straight to the beach, or you can even be on the beach. Now, there's a couple of other things that are not the greatest, especially when you're paying this kind of money. You do want the yard to be taken care of. So you got some pretty shabby, worn out teak chairs here, and that tree over there is dying. And so yeah, they need to work on that. If you have a car and you have a driveway and they do take the trash out, you put your trash in this little cubby here and they'll take it every day. So put your comments down below. Would you rent a villa this size for only you and your wife? Or would that just be an extravagance? So let me tell you my philosophy on that. My philosophy is I want to be comfortable in my early retirement, because I don't want to scrimp and save. What am I scrimping and saving for? I've got a budget. I've got a set number of years in this phase of my life. I'm not going to scrimp and save. I'm going to be comfortable when I am young enough to enjoy it. But secondly, I'll be staying in Penang for a couple of months later this year. I'll be spending $1,100 on rent per month for 2 months. So that completely resets the budget. So it doesn't matter what I spend necessarily on each individual month. I just have an annual budget that I want to have. And hence, sometimes I'll spend a lot, sometimes I won't spend much at all. And remember, I'm not paying a mortgage, not paying property taxes, I'm not paying property insurance, I'm not paying a lawn guy or an irrigation guy or a maintenance person or a snowplow person or any of those expenses. I'm not paying a car note or gasoline. So it's a different way of thinking, and so you have to learn to spend on where you are and what you're doing freely enough. That is all from my luxury villa in Langkawi. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.